Yes, good morning, my people. It's your boy, the Supreme Leader, and I'm here once again. Sorry, yesterday I posted a video, and unfortunately, the video didn't have audio. I think it was my own mistake because I was using a wireless camera. Sorry, a wireless microphone, which I forgot to switch it on. So therefore, everything that I said in that video was totally waste. But anyway, I can still talk to you guys, and I am still going to make sure I share what I was talking about with you guys in this video. So in this particular video, I decided to take you guys through a community, or let me just say a neighborhood where it's simply considered to be the poor people's neighborhood. Okay, so for you guys who are new on this channel, I am from West Africa, originally from Ghana, and I live here in Brazil for a period of, let me just say, 12 to 15 years now. And I only like to share my experiences living here in Brazil. And specifically, I live in Brasilia, okay, the capital of Brazil. So, here in this particular place, we call it Ceilândia, okay? It's one of the popular cities here in Brasilia. When you come to Brasilia, most definitely you hear people talking about Ceilândia. Yes, it's this particular community. Okay, it is what this particular community. So, not to waste so much of your time, let me quickly dive in what really brought me here. Okay, what simply brought me here is to share with you what I think about the poor people community, or the poor people neighborhood, or the poor people uh, 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 yeah, let me just say neighborhood where they live. In Brasilia, when you come to Brasilia, the capital of Brazil, this particular place here is considered to be uh, where poor people live. So, in this particular day, I decided to simply take a walk on the main street and show you guys around. And I want us to be observing some small things together, okay? Small things together. You can see where I am walking, the pedestrians path where you can simply walk if you are simply walking in this particular neighborhood, especially when you are walking along the street. There is a special place for you as a pedestrian to walk. And it is very common for you to come across these kind of things here in Brazil, okay? Each and every single neighborhood, basically, what I'm trying to say is they have this particular small portion for people to use it for jogging, walking, and many other things. You understand? So I decided to simply bring it to you. Wherever you live, wherever you are watching me, I will always love to see you comment at the comment section to let me know if where you live or your country, you simply have some similar things like the way we have here in Brazil. Okay, any part of Brazil, basically, you will come across this kind of structures. Okay, they are simply for people to use to exercise, train, and do many other things on it. You understand? Because communities like this normally they don't have big parks. You understand? They have small parks, and normally when you come to Brazil, the Brazilian people they like training a lot. They like going to the gym. They like to take care of themselves. They eat very healthy food. In fact, let me just say this: me, I learned how to eat very healthy food here in Brazil. When I first got here, I actually thought whatever they were eating was not so much healthy like what I was eating when I was back in my country. I'm originally from Ghana. If you've been watching my videos since day one, you know where I am simply originally from. So, the community for poor people, this is how it looks. It looks like this. You understand? So you can imagine this kind of community Here we consider it to be low-income people live in this kind of neighborhoods or this kind of community. And you can see there are so many shops, and like there are a whole lot of things on the roadside. These things that you see on the roadside, most of them are simply people's home, which has been transformed into shops. You understand? Because when you go to a real residence where people really live, like people with class, people who are working class live, you will not see so many, like things like this, like shops and in front of people's houses and stuff like that. It's not common. You will not see it. But in neighborhoods like this, where the Brazilian people themselves consider it to be low income community or low income area, you can simply see this kind of things, like see people using their houses to transform it into shops, and at the same time, people are also living in it. And the schools they normally have in those communities are not that big, but it's well organized too as well. And another funny thing is people who simply consider themselves to be very poor here in Brazil and live in this kind of places, mostly people who simply can afford anything at all that the rich man too can afford. You see, I did some video some few days ago. It was a 360 video that I posted at that time, and I was showing you how the supermarket looks. Their supermarkets are very, very big, and it's not only for, what do you call it? It's not only for the rich, but it's also for the ordinary person too as well. Like people can, like anyone can go to the supermarket and then simply buy anything that they want, regardless they are poor or rich. You understand? So here in Brazil, it's simply sometimes very difficult, especially when you are a newcomer, somebody who have recently just gotten in, and maybe starting your life here. It becomes very difficult for you to simply, get to know who is rich and who is poor. So this particular community here, people simply consider it to be community of the poor people. Only poor people live in this particular community. But I wanted to say something and I forgot. Where I come from in my country, there are some things which are simply considered to be luxury. You understand? Like you having a constant running water, you having a constant electricity, you have a fixed internet in your house, like all these basic stuffs, having it in your house or in your home, it's simply considered to be luxury where I come from. Okay, but when you come to Brazil, all these things are simply basic stuffs. They are simply basic stuffs. Even people who are super poor and are just seen to be the poorest people simply have these kind of things. And another thing is car. Most of my videos I do talk about this. When you come to Brazil, even the poorest guy can simply own a car, can simply go and buy a car. You understand what I'm saying? And where I come from Ghana. Okay, I like to be very specific about this kind of things because each and every single time I like to do some comparison and share my simple experience with you guys. In this particular spot here, I came to show you guys how their bus stops looks. This particular spot here, if you want to use the bus or you are looking for a public transport, then this is where you have to sit. And it comes with a shade, protected shade. Yeah, so it means when it is raining or it is sunny, you are being covered, you are being protected, you are not going to be wet, you are not going to be under the sun. So I don't really know. That is a public bus over there. You've seen it. I did some videos in a public bus too as well. So let me quickly dive in much deeper. So when you come to Brazil, it is very common, like I said, for you to see people who are poor to have their own cars, to eat where the rich people eat, to do basically to do whatever the rich man does. You see, I told you this particular sport, people use it for exercises, jogging, walking, and all that. You see, this guy is using it for walking and jogging and stuff like that. Because, like I said, basically, when you come to this kind of neighborhoods, they don't have big parks like the neighborhood where I live. You understand? Where I live, we have huge parks, and apart from that, our streets are also bigger and all that. And you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference if you watch some of my videos that I did in my community where I live, or in my neighborhood where I live. You can use it to simply know the differences. And another good thing about living in this kind of community, which are considered to be poor communities, are the rent. Okay, rent. Here, rents are very cheap. Rents are very cheap. And the funny thing about this kind of places is that they are not that violent. People say, it's a place where people are very violent, do my drugs and stuff like that. But unfortunately, it's not like that. There is a part where you can find these kind of things, this kind of problem, drug problems and stuff like that. But not in not all part of this kind of community. You understand? For example, this part that I'm working and filming for you, it's a regular deep poor community that is simply considered to be a poor community. But look at how structured it is, how planned it looks. You understand? It's you can see it's well planned, well organized. It has 9 staffs. You can simply do a whole lot of things. There is variety of things for you to be able to use. For example, this one here is a small gym center. I think I've shown you a variety of these kind of gym centers around. You understand? So let me just say this. Any neighborhood you go in Brazil, there is this kind of things where you can simply use if you don't want to pay for gym. But like I said, here people like to live a very healthy life, and they don't even use these public, gym centers. You understand? They don't even use it. They normally prefer to go for, a paid gym center, well structured with better equipment and stuff like that. There are people who simply, pay some part of this to they save money for this. Even the ones who don't make so much money, the ones who make minimum wage, they still have this kind of privileges to pay for this kind of gym centers. So another thing is there is even a place for children to play. So let me know, in your community where you live, do you have these kind of things? How is it over there? So for you to know, to be very sure, this community here is simply considered to be the poor people's community. Okay, this is where they live, and they have everything structured and planned for everybody who needs it. Kids play here. You've seen how organized it is. Is your country like that? Where you live, poor people, do they live like this? There is running water, internet. You are not going to miss anything. In fact, in this kind of communities, food are very, very cheap. But anyway, I'd like to end this video here. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.